I should have sensed the trap the second I stepped through the door of our cozy suburban home in Seattle. The air thick with something far worse than the scent of my vanilla-scented candles. It was my 35th birthday. A day I'd spent elbow-deep in dough at our boutique bakery, finalizing a massive order for a corporate gala. My hands still carried the sweet aroma of cinnamon and fresh-baked croissants, a reminder of the empire we'd supposedly built together. I was exhausted but buzzing with anticipation for a low-key night with my husband. Alex, maybe some Thai takeout, a rom-com on Netflix, and the intimate surprise he'd hinted at. Instead, there he was, perched at our oak dining table like a judge ready to deliver a verdict, flanked by his mother, Evelyn. Their faces weren't warm or welcoming, they were sharp, almost eager, like predators sizing up a wounded animal. "Emma, sit down," Alex said, his tone clipped and distant. No trace of the affection that used to color his words. He didn't rise to greet me. Didn't flash that boyish grin I'd fallen for a decade ago. Evelyn, in her tailored navy pantsuit, the one she reserved for boardroom battles, sat with her silver bob impeccably in place, her crimson nails tapping a thick envelope. "Happy birthday, sweetheart," she cooed. But it dripped with that artificial honey she used to mask her barbs, the kind that left invisible scars. I dropped my tote bag by the door, my pulse quickening like a drumbeat in my chest. This wasn't right. "What's this about?" I asked, glancing between them, the room suddenly feeling smaller, the walls closing in. Alex adjusted his tie, avoiding my eyes. "We need to discuss our future. Our marriage. The bakery." The bakery? Sweet haven. The little dream we'd turned into a thriving business from scratch? It was my passion. My late nights perfecting recipes. My grandmother's heirloom techniques infused into every pastry. Evelyn slid open the envelope, revealing a sheaf of legal documents, crisp and official, stamped with seals that screamed finality. "Have a seat." "Emma," Alex pressed. Firmer now. I stayed rooted, my feet glued to the hardwood floor. "Tell me first." Evelyn's lips curved into a predatory smile, revealing teeth too perfect for someone so venomous. "Fine. If you're going to be stubborn. Alex is divorcing you." The words slammed into me like a freight train, knocking the breath from my lungs. I staggered back a step. "What?" I breathed, the world tilting. Alex finally met my gaze, and there it was, a glint of satisfaction. Like he'd been waiting for this punchline. "It's done, Emma. The marriage is over. And I'm claiming the bakery." "Claiming the bakery?" I echoed, my voice a hollow whisper. "Our bakery. The one we created side by side." Evelyn let out a laugh, sharp and echoing off the walls like breaking glass. "Oh, darling," she said, rising and sauntering toward me with the papers. "It was never truly yours, was it? Alex's name is on everything, the license, the accounts, the vendor contracts. You were just the baker. Just the baker." The phrase stung like salt in an open wound, diminishing years of sweat and sacrifice. "And this house," Alex added, waving at the home I'd poured my soul into decorating, with its cozy nooks and family photos. "It's in my name too. You'll have to find a new place." I stared at the man I'd trusted with my heart for 10 years. The one who'd vowed forever under those twinkling lights at our backyard wedding. "You're evicting me from our home. On my birthday." "It's not your home," Evelyn snapped, thrusting the papers at me. "It never was. Alex purchased it with funds I provided. You were just occupying space." They stood shoulder to shoulder now, a united front, their plan laid bare. "Sign them." "Emma," Alex urged. "The divorce decree. The asset transfers. Don't make this harder." The documents blurred before me, petitions for dissolution, quitclaim deeds, business ownership reassignments. Everything I'd cherished, built with calloused hands and endless hope, slipping away. You orchestrated this, I murmured, the realization dawning like a cold dawn. Together. Alex shrugged, his indifference a knife twist. You never fit into our world. Emma, you came from humble roots, and that's where you'll return. You're just disposable. Evelyn cackled again. High-maintenance disposable. But disposable nonetheless. Their laughter filled the room. Mocking. Cruel. As if my pain was their entertainment on what should have been my day of joy. Something shifted inside me then. A quiet resolve amid the storm. I smiled faintly, took the papers from Evelyn's grasp, and signed each one with deliberate strokes, not bothering to scan the fine print. Done, I said, my voice steady as steel. Their chuckles faded, replaced by puzzled frowns. I grabbed my tote, headed for the door, and paused to look back. Thanks for revealing your true colors. Then I stepped out, the door clicking shut like the end of a chapter. They had no clue about the storm I'd been brewing. 6 months prior, life had felt like a fairy tale. Or at least the version I'd convinced myself was real. I remembered standing in our newly expanded bakery kitchen, watching Alex frame our business certificate on the wall. Sweet Haven, it proclaimed in elegant script. Our shared vision. Our legacy. We made it. Love, he'd whispered, his arms encircling me from behind. From your tiny studio apartment oven to this powerhouse. I'd melted into him, overwhelmed with gratitude. We'd started with zilch, just me whipping up treats for Alex's office buddies using my grandma's secret spice blends and whatever I could scrape together on a shoestring budget. Alex had the network. His Ivy League pals, now CEOs and influencers who craved upscale desserts for their events. He'd schmooze, seal deals, manage the finances. I'd craft the magic, turning flour and sugar into edible art. Remember our first big gig? I'd asked that day, as new hires stocked the shelves. Alex had chuckled. The Whitaker launch party. You were a wreck. Up all night tweaking recipes. And you kept assuring me it'd be flawless, I'd replied. You believed in me when I doubted myself. That was the Alex I'd adored, the one who'd burn the midnight oil tasting my experiments, who'd dash out for rare ingredients, who'd boast to everyone about his wife's genius in the kitchen. But hindsight revealed the cracks. It began subtly, Alex taking calls behind closed doors, vanishing into the office with a hushed client stuff. When I'd probe, he'd brush it off, nothing to fret over. Then Evelyn ramped up her visits. She'd never warmed to me, viewing my blue-collar background as a stain on their polished lineage. But she'd kept her distance. Suddenly, she was popping in during peak hours, scrutinizing operations. Alex, you're the real mastermind here, she'd say loudly enough for me to overhear while I kneaded dough. Emma's fortunate to have your business savvy. Alex never pushed back, he'd nod. Deflect. She harped on finances too, profits, expenses, optimization. Do you really need all these assistants? She'd suggest to Alex in my presence. Emma can manage the baking solo. Cut costs. Mom. She pulls 14-hour shifts already, he'd respond. But his tone lacked conviction. Like he was mulling it over. The paperwork avalanche was the red flag. Alex started shoving forms at me weekly. Tax updates, insurance tweaks, account shifts. No need to pore over the jargon, he'd say. I've vetted it all. I trusted him blindly. He was my partner. My rock. Why question? Yet the signs mounted. Alex home late, reeking of floral perfume not mine. Text during dinner making him smirk secretively. Who's that? I'd inquire. Work contact, he'd mutter, flipping his phone screen down. Our talks grew terse. Our touches perfunctory. He stopped inquiring about my creations, ceased praising my innovations, abandoned dreams of expanding together. The dam broke 3 weeks before my birthday. I doubled back to the bakery for my forgotten keys after closing and overheard Alex in his office on the phone. No. Mom. She suspects zilch. Signs whatever I slide her way. Too trusting for her own good. I halted outside. Heart hammering. The attorney says hit her on her birthday for max shock. She'll crumble. Evelyn's voice boomed through the speaker. Brilliant. That upstart's leached off our prestige long enough. Time to dump her back in the gutter. Alex laughed, actually laughed. Don't sweat it. Mom. Post-birthday. Emma Hayes will be history. We'll snag the bakery. The house. The works. She gets squat. Squat, Evelyn echoed. I slipped away. Keys in hand. My world shattering silently. My husband. My supposed soulmate. Plotting my ruin with glee. I didn't confront him. Not then. Knowledge was power. I needed the full picture. Next morning. I feigned illness, first sick day in years. Alex seemed mildly surprised but not wary. Rest up. Babe, he said, pecking my forehead before heading out. Once his SUV vanished, I rang Sophia, my culinary school confidant and our bakery's operations manager. She had access to all records. Emma, you sound off, she said. Derek mentioned a migraine. Get here now, I urged. Bring every file you can haul. She arrived in 15. Sensing the storm. I spilled it all, the overheard call. Alex's distance. Evelyn's meddling. That viper, Sophia hissed. We scattered documents across the dining table, statements, agreements, policies. At first glance. Routine. Dig deeper? A nightmare unfolded. Check this, Sophia pointed to a bank record. Alex opened a solo business account under Sweet Haven, his signature only. My gut twisted. He can siphon funds unchecked? Exactly. And see these transfers? Major client deposits rerouted there. Thousands vanished from our joint pot. Worse, she added. Flipping contracts. The Langford event? That $20,000 payday? He amended it post your signature. Funneling future payments to his personal. Nausea hit. He can't, I'm co-owner. Sophia's expression darkened. Emma. Eyeball the license. I grabbed the framed one from the bakery wall photo I'd snapped. Owner, Alex Hayes. Sole proprietorship. Sole? But we filed as partners. She unearthed another file. This is what you signed, labeled employment agreement, not partnership. Buried in legalese. He duped me from day one. And loans, she continued. He's borrowed against the bakery. $250,000 total. Default? Creditors seize everything. Where'd it go? Sophia booted her laptop. He shared his card access for tracking. Let's peek. Charges flooded the screen. Lavish dinners I'd never attended. Hotel stays during supplier trips, jewelry from upscale boutiques. Reservations for Alex Hayes and guest. An affair, I whispered. Not just any, Sophia clicked. Cartier engagement ring. $10,000. The room spun. Who? Hesitation. Recall the Preston gala we supplied? Alex chatted up the host's daughter endlessly. Olivia Preston, I realized. Her dad's a real estate tycoon, endless catering ops. Marry her. Expand via connections. Ditch me. Evidence piled, betrayal not just emotional, but calculated theft. Evelyn's hand in it all. What now? Sophia asked. Rage simmered. We outplay them. That day, I did the unthinkable, called my estranged father. Victor Lang. A real estate baron who'd built empires from Boston high-rises to coastal developments. Stubborn. Domineering. He disapproved of Alex from the start, pushing for a match in his elite circle. Our last words 8 years ago, when he shatters you. Don't come begging. Now. In a quiet cafe 2 suburbs over. I dialed. Lang Properties. Victor speaking. Dad? It's Emma. Silence. Then. My girl? Is it you? Yeah. I need help. He arrived. Grayer. Lined. But his hug enveloped me like childhood safety. I've followed your success. Emma. Sweet Haven's a gem. Proud of you. We bridged years in minutes. I confessed the plot. Showed files. His jaw clenched. That scum and his hag mother think they can rob my daughter? Dad. Not money, I need guidance. Better, my network. Calls flew to his fraud specialist attorney. Elena Vasquez, P.I. Marcus Reed, a judge he'd backed. Elena's en route. Marcus digging dirt. Judge Harlan's eyeing fraud angles. At Victor's office. A command center, Elena dissecting docs. Marcus unearthing skeletons. Judge Harlan reviewing. Fraudulent conveyance, Elena declared. Felony if proven misrepresentation. Marcus. Bad news. Alex's gambling debts dire, $100K to shark Vinny Moretti. He's funding vices with bakery cash. Good news, Evelyn's lawyer. Barrett Klein. Corrupt, history of asset hiding schemes. Pattern evidence could tank him. Need proof, Judge Harlan insisted. Recordings. Snaps. Victor, go home. Act oblivious. Gather intel. They armed me, audio pen. Purse cam. Forensic accountant card. Weeks blurred in deception, smiling through breakfasts. Enduring Alex's feigned concern while devices captured damning words. Recorded Evelyn plotting dumping that nobody snapped Klein's forged papers, overheard Alex and Olivia cooing about post-me mergers. Agony, his daily lies. The weight of pretense. You okay? He'd ask. Just weary, I'd reply. Pen whirring. Post-birthday. It'll ease up. Indeed. Mid-plan. Met Elena and Marcus covertly. We've got admissions on tape. Marcus, Alex's desperate, sharks hounding. Evelyn set him up with Olivia over a year. Photos seared, them entwined. Ring shopping. Let spring it, Elena urged. Completion seals arrests. Victor, can you play defeated? Hurt fueled me. Yes. Birthday dawn, empty bed. No wishes. Text from Sophia, showtime. Alex's call, come home early. Mom and I need to chat. Okay. To Elena, it's go. Scene unfolded as scripted, shock. Signatures, now invalid, I'd quietly reverted to Emma Lang via Elena. Mismatching all priors. Walked out. Texted, done. Watched from afar, cops swarmed at 4 p.m. Arrests cascading, Alex cuffed. Panicking, Evelyn shrieking, Klein nabbed on arrival. FBI for white-collar ties. Elena called, busted. Sharks circled empty house later. Alex's voicemails begged, mistake. Help. Peaking at midnight, Vinny's after me, accounts frozen. Don't let end me. Sorry. Saved it. Savored wine in solitude. Justice. Chilled. 1 year on. In Lang's Delight's gleaming kitchen, triple the size. Seating 250, I oversaw opening night frenzy. Sophia. Full partner. Beamed, critics here. Victor. In proud dad apron, packed house, mayor too. Trials dominated headlines, Alex. 7 years for fraud/embezzlement, Evelyn. 4, Klein disbarred. 3 years. Sharks ensured prison hell. Olivia fled scandal. I reclaimed all. Plus reparations, house. Car. Stolen funds. Rebuilt with Victor, weekly dinners. Cooking fails. Unbreakable bond. Sorry for pushing, he said. Ditto for shutting out. Opening triumph, raves. Bookings. Late call, Alex. Broken. Congrats. Forgive? Did. For me. But no us. Hung up. Toasted with loved ones. To rising from ashes. Betrayal scorched. But forged strength. Sometimes. Rock bottom births your empire, and revenge? It's the quiet architect of rebirth.